dubstep intro.
TurtleSmack. You're just gonna press the record button without us knowing when you're gonna press it.
What do you mean about clickbait?
So this is our third podcast, and over 8 months later, we still have Scott here. Though he's only in our podcasts. But
well, he never left.
Yeah, he never left.
We feed him, so he's here.
Last time we talked about predicting celebrity deaths.
None of those come true.
And none of them came true. Although we've had more tragic deaths, like Chester Bennington. The only real tragic one was Chester Bennington. I know other people have died, but that's one that struck me the hardest.
Was David Bowie since that time, or was that before that?
I don't know.
Okay, but that's not Chester Bennington, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're not the same person.
We still have 4 months.
So 4 months for the Queen to die.
The rest of us to die. Then we'll all be right.
We have 4 months for the Queen to die. Stan Lee and
Morgan Freeman.
There are some others in there, but
yeah.
I think those
were our locks.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we talking about? We have struggled for about 5 minutes to come up with topics. But in good.
That's this channel in a nutshell.
Yeah. You know. So we're just gonna start talking, I guess. One thing I want to talk about is first about.
I'm still trying to figure out where clickbait is.
What?
You know what clickbait?
So
right, we'll get to it.
So here we'll explain to Scott. So I was gonna say a good topic. Something that I feel I'm getting annoyed by a lot is when people put clickbait on their videos. Like, and that's when like if you go like YouTube videos and you say like and she got naked for this, and it's just and like the thumbnail is like
their boobs in the thumbnail.
Yeah, and it's just like and then you click the video and it's like nothing. It's like the same shitty video that they posted like 3 days ago or whatever. Yeah. And it's like
or someone telling a story about something. And it's like. It's not that I'm going to YouTube to see people get naked, but there's not representative of what they say.
Yeah, it's like, well, if you're scrolling through YouTube and you're just watching the same...
Craziest prank ever gone wrong, gone sexual.
And then that catches your eye and you click on it. It's like, you know it's clickbait. If you've been on YouTube for more than 2 weeks, you know that's clickbait.
The guy just puts like salt in his drink or something. Like,
yeah,
whoa!
And some guy gets really annoyed. He's like, well, why would you do that? You know, It's just like...
You've inconvenienced me.
Sick! And it's I hate that. And I was like... Every YouTube channel does it, like all and like see the okay. I'm talking about this one YouTube channel that I absolutely hate with like a burning passion. TurtleSmack is one of them.
They clickbait people all the time.
I know.
They say they were playing video games,
and it's really just two idiots.
We actually hire people to play video games for us. We just put ourselves in the corner.
But like, so this is one YouTube channel. It's called Book of Ken, who is typically all that. So it's him and his girlfriend live together and do the stupidest shit every time. And they have stupid clickbait like, if this video gets 15,000 likes, that'd be awesome. It's like, fuck you. How about I dislike it? Fuck you. And his videos are nothing. There's no substance to them. There's nothing in the video that is interesting at all.
Hey guys, if this podcast gets 15,000 likes, we'll make another one. Otherwise, channel deleted. You heard it here first.
Save our channel. We need the likes.
Yeah. 15,000. No more, no less.
Exactly. Someone goes over, we're done.
We're done. Delete it all.
But anyway, the reason why I hate it is mainly because I hate the Ken dude. Like I found his channel through clickbait. Like I felt like he was doing like a prank video, and I was like, this is stupid. And for some reason, I just absolutely hate his videos. It's like him and his girlfriend. Like she's hot, but like she has like a weird face, and she's. Yeah.
You into weird faces?
No. She's hot in the body way, I guess. But the face-wise, no. And yes. It annoyed me.
Well, I guess most of someone's body is their body and not their face.
Okay.
So you're like 90% hot.
Anyway, it's like... But then I see like YouTube channels where like... There's other YouTube channel I follow called Total Pro Sports. And they do like top 10 lists and like all these different sports-related videos. And I really like them, but they ask for likes too, and they like, we're gonna do a giveaway of Madden like 2018.
Oh, giveaways.
And but see, the thing is, I'm way more forgiving of that because the content in their video is, I actually will watch the whole video and I'll be entertained for the entire video.
Let's do a giveaway, guys. We're gonna give Scott away. If we get 3 million likes,
no,
we'll give him to one lucky man out there.
If we get 30 likes, well, if we get 30 likes, we'll put a poll up on YouTube, and whoever we want to give away Scott to, we'll get Scott. We just need 30 likes.
For life.
That's all we need.
Don't even need to feed him. He feeds off photosynthesis.
I really hope it's
for
on
a
my
week. What was he like? Sorry. I'm sorry.
But, so, and that's what I was curious, like, is it forgetting, like, and do you know, I don't notice it that much, like, Because remember, we watched that one video where the guy saw these people going down a water slide, and I guess like one like popped out of the tube or whatever. And he's like, "Whoa, that was crazy!" Like literally in that like tone right there. I was like, "Shut your whore mouth!" And he was like, comment, blow, and subscribe, and I'm gonna give away
blow me and
like, comment, blow me, subscribe, and I'll give away 3 fidget spinners that I bought at Walmart for $2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, it sounds like it should be like subliminal. It's like, comment, kill your parents, and subscribe. It's like, okay, I will kill parents.
Oh, okay.
So Scott, after you hear all this, what do you think? Like, if
Yeah,
someone
so
puts a video up and
that's what, and like, see, the reason is why I bring it up is because there are people on YouTube that get millions of subscribers because of this, and there's no actual content to their videos, you know. And I understand editing a video does take time, and they are edited well, but still, there's no substance to the video. Like, nothing is funny in it, and they don't do anything in it, you know.
They're not unique either.
Mm-hmm. It's just they cheat the game by getting the subscribers, getting the likes, and doing the giveaways, you know.
But they make money.
But okay, yes, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Nice,
There
nice.
you go.
Put on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right.
But still, like, it's annoying. It's like you see people rise up like that, and it's like, look at TurtleSmack. We try and fish for likes, but nobody watched their videos, so it doesn't matter. Like those 30 likes we just talked about, we're not getting them. Who knows?
I
Actually,
think it was 15,000 actually.
no, the 15,000 was different.
That's what saves the channel. 30 likes is for you to
Yeah.
get sent to someone.
yes. Like,
I thought that was 3 million.
Yeah, well, I guess me and Dan, I think we
met
agreed on 30.
we met halfway.
We met halfway from 0 to 3 million at 30.
At 30.
Well, so one that bothers me is a gaming channel called The Rad Brad, and I think the guy's cool, but it's always like asking, like, it'll be like, if this can get 100,000 likes, we'll continue the series or something like that.
Yeah, and then it's like you're holding your fans ransom, man. Like, if you don't give me these likes, we're not getting videos.
Yeah, and then I try to like watch some of his like content. I feel like he always abstracts from the game and talks about his channel. Well, he'd be like, "Hey guys, comment when you first found my channel" or something. But he'll do that every series.
Yeah,
and it's just like, when do you actually pay attention to the game and talk about it?
Yeah, I know, and it's like I don't know, like I would never comment, like whatever, like what kind of people fucking comment on it? Dumb people. And it's like I feel like in the long run, like those channels don't last as long. In their time alive, they get more money, more likes, and everything, but they don't last as long. And what the fuck was that? Was that a phone I heard?
No, not at all. I'm just gonna press this little button here. Just gonna press this little thing here, and we're good.
Like, look at like channels that have been around forever. Like, Rooster Teeth. Their fans are just like the most loyal people ever. They know everything about that channel. Scott, put your fucking phone away.
It's behind the scenes.
Okay. I lost my entire train of thought. So and people
what
are
a
like,
piece of shit.
yeah, so Rooster, like they have loyal fans, but it's like these fans, Book of Ken is like, this fan's not gonna be there 2 years from now, you know?
Yeah.
And it's gonna suck for him.
Yeah, and I think that's like the least sustainable way to have a channel. Like, if you make good content, no matter what happens, people will follow you. You know, there are people who have hit like hard times, but if your content's predicated on giveaways, begging for likes, and just doing shitty vlogs or something, then you know you're only gonna last so long.
And I don't hate the vlog aspect, like.
But
so,
like,
for some people, it's interesting. Like, oh, you get to see how people live, you know, and it's understandable. Like, I know how people feel more of a personal connection with people that vlog, but it's not always vlogs that do it. But like, they give away contests, likes, and everything. It's like, why?
I mean, like, if it's someone who already is established, right, and they do a vlog, I get to see like the life I already kind of imagine them living, and maybe some of the things behind it. But for some random couple with kids, it's like, I don't care. You're going to take your kids to daycare. You're going to not even work your job because you don't have a job. So you're going to go to the store. It's going to be crazy. You're going to buy fucking pancakes or something. You go home and you're going to make them. And then the vlog's over and you ask me to have likes.
And see, the thing is,
how
many of those videos have you seen? Maybe a couple here and there because somehow you got sucked into it. But the thing is, I don't understand how people continually watch it. How do you find that entertaining?
That's the thing they watch.
Like, and like those channels have millions, and do have people that do watch every video. It's like, how could you? Like, how is this interesting to you?
Scott, do you watch like YouTube? Anything that you like kind of revisit? Or
other than TurtleSmack, I know you're a big TurtleSmack fan, and
yeah, we actually have to tell you to stop watching our videos.
like I know your entire life revolves around TurtleSmack, and I'm sorry we don't put out enough videos.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you guys ever watched. You ever hear Swifty?
Swifty.
Is he WoW? Yeah.
So he used to always. I mean, he probably still does. He does like Swifty IRL videos, and I mean, one thing, I haven't watched him in years, but the reason I like vlogs, at least, is you get to see how other people live and kind of aspire to be them.
Exactly.
He was motivational, though. He worked out, he did all these other things. But I started drinking coffee because I was watching his videos. He drank coffee, and he ate healthy, so I ate healthy. I mean, but some people are just pieces of shit when they vlog, and it's boring.
And like, you see that the way that sounds like you enjoy that video, you enjoyed the content, you enjoyed what he did outside of the vlogs, and I can see why people like that. But the thing is, the people that
like
don't
straight vlog channels,
they straight vlog about shit that nobody cares about.
Well, I mean, there's like a lot of drama that goes on in YouTube land. There's this one girl, you ever hear Sniper Wolf?
Yeah.
Like the whole problems that she's causing.
What? I'm actually subscribed to her, and I subscribed to her because I found like her playing Overwatch in one video. I was like,
you subscribe because she's hot.
And she, well, of course, Scott, please. That's why, of course, I subscribed because she's hot.
That's why every.
But that's how I found her. I found her because she was playing Overwatch. I was like, oh, she's pretty hot, and I'll subscribe. But then I watched. Then her videos are just they're all that. There's the stupid clickbait and shit. And
that's exactly. Yep, that's exactly.
But I don't really know about the problems she has. I don't think I'm subscribed anymore.
Oh well, I don't know. There's just some drama going on, but she's like a big clickbait person, as you mentioned. I mean. She flaunts her body,
her assets,
and then she gets a whole bunch of views in that sense because she does that. And all her titles, I mean, if you pull up YouTube, you'll be able to see it's like, I broke up with my boyfriend, and the next video they're back together somehow, and it's all caps, and that can't be good.
Oh, we're good.
This whole thing's just falling apart. There we
go.
We're still recording.
We're good.
Nice.
Just remind me to move the mouse every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, move the mouse. So, I don't know. I honestly think people take YouTube and what it is for granted, maybe including us. I don't know. I think people look at it as a platform to try to become successful, and that'd be cool. It's so interesting to have the free platform be able to become something equivalent to a celebrity. But a few problems. I think people don't take into account the audience, right? Not only what the audience wants to watch, because there's millions of channels. How are they going to spend their time? But the age of their audience doesn't mean you can't curse or anything, but just like have somewhat of a positive influence. I think like one example is Jake Paul just kind of being such a negative influence, and like I think the recent things were like being this disruptive neighbor and like kind of embracing this like asshole attitude because you have money or someone is like investing in you. He's this weird venture capitalist that give him and his team money. That doesn't let you be a negative influence, and I think making innovative content, of course we can't be 100% original, but the channels that have come to thrive recently, like Steven Suptic, for example, become successful because he does a whole different type of like vlog. It's almost like a story. Like you can imagine this being a series on a show, like Netflix.
I was describing to someone what Steven Suptic's channel is. I said it's acted out vlogs.
Yeah.
And they're wonderful. I love his videos.
Yeah, and it has amazing editing. In only about 4 months, he's kind of risen to like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, he went from like maybe like 10,000 subscribers like at the beginning of this year to like 1 million.
Right, and to the point where even whether or not it's true, the idea that there was an IGN video that was called out for being a ripoff of him, that means he has an identity because someone could say that their video looks like his. He did that in only 4 months. That's so cool. You've established yourself, so that means you're obviously coming up with something that's new to the YouTube game. Or there was that father and son for years. It was like what's inside, and they cut like objects open. Like that's cool. It's such a simple idea, yet no one did it. So I mean, you just can't come at YouTube by filming your life only or playing a game. I really think you have to throw out something innovative. Of course, you could do those things to show to your friends and have fun. But to make someone want to go out of their way to watch your content, I think it needs that extra thing. I don't know what it is. Of course, that's what makes people successful, but I just think people take that for granted.
And the other thing, kind of going back a little bit further than what you just talked about, but you're talking about how like people like sending negative influence.
Yeah.
So that people, another thing is like that's just Sniper Wolf. Like when she goes around saying, "Oh, I broke up with my boyfriend," it's like, what kind of life is that you live? That you and your boyfriend have to have these like fake fights, I mean, and I imagine they're not in the most perfect relationship, and they do have fights like any relationship, and they just every time they do, they're. So I was eating like ice cream as I talk about this. Like, and as they have their fights, it's like, what kind of life do you have that's so unhealthy? Like, there was that one channel where like the husband and the wife, they pranked each other constantly.
Oh, prank versus prank.
And it's like then they end up getting divorced, right? But what kind? That's such an unhealthy way to live your life too.
Yeah, well,
as a YouTuber,
all the on-screen stuff just messes up your actual relationship.
Yeah, it messes up the way you view each other because like then you portray each other as different people. Like, oh, my wife is just like. shitty little person, yeah, and it's like then you start to actually feel like that, and then they're divorced now. I hope that ice cream's good.
I think
Tyler.
they're still trying to get make videos together though.
Are they?
I keep seeing some notifications from them once in a while.
Oh, you subscribe to them?
I think so. I keep seeing them pop up in my newsfeed.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah, Scott.
But you know, obviously these people can be successful because there's still an audience, and there's still some form of sponsorship for them. You know, there are people that like give them money to continue making their stuff.
Yeah, because they reach a lot of people. Like if you get a product and you're like, hey, you want to do something stupid with my product? Go for it.
Well, one idea of YouTube, because I find the comments section to be something kind of strange. You'd be like, what's a valuable comment to add to the video? A lot of people say something stupid like first or some meme or something, right? Some
like
people,
Scott.
some people just quote a video. Like some people just say the thing that was already there, which is like fine. And then some people like point something out, which is interesting. But like very commonly, it's just like quotes or like memes or some joke. So my vision of YouTube, or like a way you can do it, is like having it as like a discussion forum where like you have some kind of chat, like something we're doing now, and you just welcome the comments as a way to evolve upon it. Either introduce a good supporting opinion that evolves from what we said, or disagree with us. Yeah. And then we kind of come back. So like, besides that though, I feel like comments are such a weird thing because it just invites like either hatred or like weird fandom where it's just quoting us. Yeah. You know, or people.
Which I get the quotation thing. It's like, oh, I thought this was funny, so you just quoted it. Yeah. You know? And that's cool, I guess. But like, I know, like I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, or like they just put their jokes, so they put spam to go visit their channel, or like they pretend to be the channel, they put giveaways, like it just spawns all these like trends that are just, I don't know, it's just like almost makes it pointless to have it. When PewDiePie or like Total Biscuit had canceled or like closed out their comments, it didn't really harm those videos at all. Yeah. They still got their dislikes, whatever they needed. They still got their ads and their sponsors, so like...
It just removes a bunch of problems that are happening in the comments.
They ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, but what does the comment add for them? Is it just a way to see the popularity?
Yeah. Like I'd like people to comment on our videos. I like to hear like some funny jokes and stuff. Like, you know, like we had 2 comments on our video recently where like the guy was like, "Oh, don't call that number," and Gladys Tyler would be like, "That's funny. I like to hear
funny."
This.
And one channel that kind of does it well is Jack's Films. Some of the content, he has this show called Yai where yesterday I asked you. He poses a question and gives the answers. He uses the comments to put the answers in, and then he uses like Control F to find the answers. So the comments becomes a way to filter the content out, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, he's using his audience to derive the content. So it's like trying to find the right balance. Yeah. What just to kind of throw it out there, like, what do you think would be the best use of the comments? What do you think the audience feedback is best for? Is it just for replying to you, or do you think there'd be a clever way to like get useful information from the audience? Memes are funny. The Crash Bandicoot Woe meme was very good for a while. You see that one?
What was that?
Oh, so Chris O'Neill from Oni Plays. I think it was from this video when SGDQ, the game speedrunning thing, was out, and he wanted a certain character to have like a name. It required a donation amount, so he uploaded a video, and it was Crash Bandicoot, and he was just making like when Crash Bandicoot dies, he says "Whoa." So just making like the whoa sound is really sad. So people have remixed it into songs, into anime, like Feel Good. It was like whoa, whoa, like shit like that. So whoa, like those things kind of become like memes, and you know, obviously not funny, but you know, it's always like trendy. It's like what's the current thing?
But I mean, it's hard to say what the comments are for. Like we've even gotten spam on our stuff where people are like, oh, go like our Instagram, and like I've literally approved them and told them to go fuck themselves on content, and then they've gotten deleted.
It's just like such a crazy web of like things to like, things to follow. It's like you're not the only thing in my life.
Where's the actual like where's the enjoyment out of it all? You know, like what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy doing all this liking and stuff, like, or do you enjoy watching the videos, seeing content, enjoying new things that you've never seen videos about before? Like what do you get out of the videos? You know.
Well, let's think of the opposite way too, because I obviously acknowledging both things. I'm sure people don't just do clickbait to get other views. How would you? What do you think the best way to title your video is? Move the mouse. You want to do all caps? I mean, that's part of clickbait. Yes, that would definitely.
But like I said, like the one thing that I thought, like I told you, like the one channel does the sports videos. They do a little bit of clickbait, not with their titles mainly, because their titles just tell top 10 athletes that do so and so, top 10 teams, you know, whatever. But it's the only like real, I think, thing that they like pander to is the if we get this many likes, we're gonna give away a copy of Madden, and that's what they do every video. But the thing is, I'm much more forgiving of it because I want to see them grow as a channel, I guess, and this is how they're doing it. They are getting those likes. They are getting because with the likes, the reason people want likes because then they get featured on like the YouTube homepage. The more likes they get, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to spread and become bigger, and I'm okay with that because they have their channel with their content is good enough. I mean, not even good enough. I really enjoy the content that I see on there. And as they grow, I like to see that they're trying to expand, even if it is using those tactics. Like that's a good way to expand. Like really, it is. But in the fact they have content to back it up, I'm more forgiving of it. Like it's just when like I see like you'll like, comment, subscribe, and there's the video just sucked. And it's like and that's what every video is. Like, what are you ultimately trying to accomplish by getting all these likes, comments, and everything? Obviously, there's the money, but like is that it? And that's why I look down. It's like, is this all about the money for you? And to be honest, like if I was trying to become famous on YouTube, I would really care about the money. That's how I support myself. But I also want people to enjoy my stuff. You know, I don't want people to like just like comments because first of all, it's not sustainable. You know, eventually that's gonna go away. People are gonna stop liking, comment. People are gonna get onto your shit. And I mean, that's why I'm more forgiving about the stuff. Like what's okay to put as clickbait is it may be even have the most clickbait stuff ever. But if the content you put out is good, I'm okay with it, I guess.
Well, there are people I like that use clickbait. You know, to be honest, Unbox Therapy.
Yeah,
there's
Unbox
pretty
Therapy.
clickbait.
Yeah.
You've never seen this charger before.
And I enjoy his videos, so I'm more forgiving of it too.
And you know, like honestly, in the video, he doesn't do as much pandering or begging as I thought. The titles are just too like a little too much.
Yeah,
but that's fine. So like, do you think that clickbait? From what we talked about, do you think that's the most effective way to just grab a viewer, or do you think there'd be something else that you could think of that would just be enticing?
You know, I see the problem here. I think it's more of a content problem than a clickbait problem. Because, I mean, any channel could have, say, I mean, if I made a channel, I want people to like my stuff. Even dislikes, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have a really disliked video, it'll actually show up on the top as well.
All right, pause. We're going for dislikes now. 30 dislikes, and we sell Scott to an Arabian sex trade.
Oh my god.
Scott. Better get 30 likes. We'll send it to a fan.
But I feel like good content is what makes people keep coming back, I guess. I mean, like PewDiePie, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a funny guy. I mean, I'm not saying all his videos are good. Sometimes he puts me to sleep, but some of his videos, you know, really get me laughing and keeps me watching more videos.
He's great editing, too. I mean, he's definitely talented at it.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I guess YouTube does ultimately get to that stage where, like, the best channels are the channels that offer the best content. Like PewDiePie, Smosh, Dude Perfect. TurtleSmack, yes. The best channels with the best content ultimately do get the most views. But then you see, like, those videos like SS Sniper, she's like 6-7 million subscribers, and she's gotten it all through clickbait and her boobs.
That's all her boobs.
I mean, they got me to subscribe, so you know, I don't think I ever liked the video though, but you know,
I've only liked the videos like 4 times in my YouTube career.
I started liking them more because honestly, like I said, that sports channel, when they ask for I do like the video. Because I like the video, I want them to grow, you know?
To be honest, I've gotten to a point where if I'm watching someone I'm subscribed to, I will usually like it before the video loads.
Really?
Because I generally know what it is. Like if I'm watching Oni Plays, for example, I'm watching the next part in their playthrough. Well, I like the previous one. I don't really get offended by anything, so I'm not going to do anything unless it was just bad. But then you could just click it and unlike it. You know what I mean?
But I mean, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. Like, if I like the video and I like it, I'll probably just keep the video liked.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Oh, of course. You know, I'm just saying. Like, I wouldn't think. Oh, I'll watch the video and then evaluate it. I'm just like, oh, I'll give them a like because it was, you know,
because you want to support them.
And I've already, you know, they've been tried and tested. I still think, you know, that innovation is key. I think that the channels that didn't need to pander and that have succeeded are the ones that had something genuinely interesting, like Brave Wilderness. That's a channel of a guy who's basically doing Steve Irwin's job on YouTube, and it's awesome. You know,
Really?
The guy has no like limits. He lets animals bite him. He goes into these crazy environments. He brings his daughter. Like he does these like
That's
fun
child
things.
abuse.
But yeah, no, it's great. They live like I don't know if they live there, but they're like near a desert. They were just like they just see the craziest shit all the time, and like he just genuinely has fun with it. He never abstracts and says, "Well, I'm a YouTuber. Help my metrics." You know, and like that's cool. And he's been successful. He's like over 1 billion channel views. That just come from coming from a good place, having something that you really haven't seen on YouTube before, and enjoying what you do, making good content. Because I think at some point it does come down to making something good. You can have as much fun as you want, but you do have to convince these strangers to want to not watch any of the other channels out there in favor of yours, and that's hard.
Yeah, and I guess we've kind of reached the answer here. Like, if the channel has content that you enjoy watching, it's okay, I guess. But the thing is, you see those channels that, and also the thing is, some people get lost in it. Some people, they start off good, great content, and they get into the whole like me, like this, comment here, and then they evolve into where there's no actual content. And the way you see this, as they get more famous, you start off maybe putting 1-2 videos out a week, then to 3, then they put out a video every day, and that's the point where they're just fishing for likes, and that happens sometimes, and it's hard because there are people you grew up liking, not grew up, but like you grew with them, like you watch them grow. And then there's, now it's just clickbait and stuff.
Right, and I think YouTubers, we're getting to a point, YouTube's over 10 years old now, it's like, this is a point where people could have started as younger viewers and been growing up still watching you. I mean, I've personally been watching YouTube regularly with subscriptions and stuff probably since like 2009. So that was a point where I was still in high school. And now I'm here as an adult, and I'm still watching a lot of those same channels,
I was in middle school.
You're a child, Scott.
So this is like, again, it's something you grow with. We're different people at this time. Does that mean they have to change? I think that's something kind of to pull away from YouTube, but I think that's something Nintendo's doing. Nintendo for a long time has been a kind of children's-based game company. And with the Switch, they're advertising towards younger adults. The Switch shows people playing basketball or driving the car, playing the Switch on the go. And it's like, these aren't. You saw no kids in that Switch reveal trailer.
Yeah,
it was only like adults. So they know how their audience is growing with them because that thing's been around for 30 years.
And another thing too is like, when it comes right down to it, for a Switch, I mean, this is for the Switch. It's not for YouTube. Any kid can go watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Not any kid can go buy a Switch. His mom or dad has to buy it. So
very limited quantities.
Well, yeah. When Yehud comes in and buys one every day, they're very limited quality.
Fuck that guy. For all his nieces and nephews. Sorry. Does he have 400 of them?
Yehud. Nick called him Yehuds like a week ago, and I've just not given up on that name.
What if he's one of your subscribers?
If you're one of my subscribers, I love you.
I don't.
But I can't sell you any Switches.
Unsubscribe, just like this video. Sorry, but back on topic.
I have a good thing. So,
go for it.
As you mentioned before, my favorite videos, I guess with clickbait, with quotes right there, is the videos that do open discussion at the end. So like leave you with a question to ponder. I guess keep you on the video longer, because then that make you stay on the channel longer. I mean.
That's a good tactic.
Just say you're like, oh, so what do you think about this? And then now people always have their opinions, and now you're in the comments, comment warriors, and they just voice their opinions. But
that's another thing that I hate about comments when people ask for opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and the thing is, nowadays kids don't understand that you can have different opinions than other people. Kids are just so obsessed with their opinion is right, and if you don't agree with them, you're wrong.
I thought we agreed no politics.
Okay, anyway, never mind.
Actually, you know what a great place for comments is actually Reddit. For the most part, you go on there. Top comments are witty, but even responses are generally positive. I don't see many arguments in comments. Sometimes they just go back and forth with kind of iterative jokes, but they're funny. It's mostly in good humor.
I was gonna say 4chan, but I'm glad we're not there.
That's a hot mess.
What is 4chan?
Yeah,
that's a question we don't need to answer right now.
No, what?
It's an online sort of forum site. If Reddit is like the newspaper of the internet, 4chan's kind of like a bulletin board of the internet. And some of the bulletin boards are very friendly, and some are kind of not so friendly and not so clean.
Let us know in the comments what you think of 4chan.
One thing I like to do to kind of not have to actually go to 4chan is go on the subreddit for 4chan.
It's like going on the subreddit of your favorite Twitter page.
Yeah, and you actually do find funny content. It's just easier to filter. 4chan just throws everything at you, so it's like, I don't know. But either way, just funny stuff. Good places, YouTube's okay. I just find that usually comments are very argumentative or just derivative. It's nothing truly useful for the most part. You do have funny jokes. You do have did you see this thing at X timestamp or things that kind of challenge you. But
and I know we said no politics. We said anything about politics. This isn't politics.
Oh god, here comes Trump talk.
Okay, no, come on, please.
Trump's great. We love him.
Hey. Anyway. I'm not gonna talk about politics. I just want to talk about kids nowadays. I mean, I feel very old talking about it, being only 22 years old, almost 23. I feel like I shouldn't be talking about stuff like this.
What, whippersnappers?
Yeah, about these young whippersnappers coming out onto my lawn, that I don't own yet. But one thing I want to talk about too is like when you see kids, like you see all this noise on Twitter and Facebook, and it's all about like the president and stuff, and and it's all about people our age talking about it a lot, and it's just like it's all noise. And you see the younger generation of kids like seeing that, and then they kind of formulate their opinions based off that, and with the fact that everyone has a smartphone nowadays, like we work in an electronics store, we see every kid, all the like what people give to their kids. They give their kids iPads and stuff. How kids, they never have time to like think. Like they go when you went to the doctor's office as a kid, what did you do?
Play with the blocks.
Yeah, you play with the blocks. You didn't. Now the kid takes out his phone, takes his iPad, and is going there. And I feel like kids, they never have the time to think for themselves. Like that's such an underrated thing that people don't realize that people need to do is be able to think.
Well, they have an infinite like source of stimuli. They can just constantly watch or play games.
Yeah, and that's why it's like then you start to get all these like weird opinions and stuff. I mean, I feel like the younger generation not being able to think for themselves is just really gonna, in the end, be the downfall of people.
Yeah.
Like the fact that people like kids nowadays. I think growing up, people are always opinionated. People always have opinions, but people nowadays can still talk about it, and we're even getting away from it. People can't even talk. Like look at all the stuff that happens. Like I don't agree with anything that happened in Charleston. I don't think there should be Nazis or whatever nowadays.
Oh shit.
But okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
But like they're really like. But I don't know what happened. But it's like people are killing each other and everything. It's like people need to learn just leave each other alone. Stuff like this. Stuff like that's never good. Nothing's gonna happen by confronting each other like that. And I understand it's a bad thing that people still worship Nazism or whatever it's called, and I don't agree with it either. But it's like just leave them alone. Let them do their rally. Let them go home. Bye. And
I don't. I think if you have strong beliefs, it's very hard to tell someone not to act on them.
Yeah.
I think looking at it objectively, not really having a horse. Well, obviously, I don't want to say I'm being neutral to Nazis.
Yeah.
But not really being there, it's very easy to say, well, obviously doing something won't accomplish anything except for have a person die.
I have no expertise in this situation. This is just kind of like what I've seen. I don't even know what went on in Charleston.
But in general, I just want to go back to your like the devices, because I think what happens too is people get information, and I tell people like the internet is our greatest archive of information. It's the biggest library around, but it's not always the most accurate.
Yeah.
And you'll have conflicting opinions within this one source.
Yeah.
So not enough people double check information or check the right sources. They'll just take the first Google search and take that at face value.
Exactly.
So when people go into a store looking for something, whatever, they take everything they got from the internet as like
pure.
This is fact.
Yes.
And this is like indisputable.
And even in the other way around, what we say is not pure fact. It does come from our own personal biases and way of growing up.
Well, we can only learn. We can only talk from what we've learned, and everything we've learned is local, right? Unless we've learned everything in the history of mankind, everything is somewhat limited.
Yes.
We don't have every perspective. So that's why in my life I speak in generalities a lot. Like I'm pretty sure it should. Some people don't like that, but I can't confirm something, and if I confirmed it and it was wrong, you're gonna hate me for it. So it's tough. But the internet has this great. I Google stuff for my job all the time, but there are people who can't Google. There are people who can't get information, and that's like gonna hurt people.
And then like what you say, go back to the part where it comes to thinking, where people like another thing is like young kids are just so impressionable nowadays. Even up to like the age of like 15, 16 years old, they'll see something like. And they'll just see something. They'll be like at their home, chilling, jacking off. What the hell is they doing? Then you see something on Facebook, and they're just like, "Hell yeah, I agree with that. Fuck yes." And it's like, what? You didn't know anything about that until like 5 seconds ago, and now you're all behind it.
Yeah. Or one article phrases it, and you're like, "Oh well, that sucks." And then if you didn't read the other article, that like phrases it differently, you would be like, "Oh, well, I hate this thing now."
And then what all that does is it inhibits the ability for people to think. And that's one of the, like I keep going back to being able to think is one of the most important things for anyone to do. So just sit down and just think about stuff, Even if you Googling stuff, like, it's fine, but it's like, you have to understand, like, everything that you see is always written by one person, and their personal biases. And I feel like...
Let's go write something right now.
Yeah.
Write a whole fucking list of lies.
Even the stuff we're saying right now, it's just kind of how we perceive the world right now, like... And so, like, someone could come across this video and be like, oh, I agree with them. People need to be more open. They need to be able to... And it's like... And as much as I think I'm right, there's someone that's going to think I'm wrong.
Yeah, or someone's going to present something interesting, and they're just going to be like, well, you guys, the internet is great for X, Y, and Z, which you know we understand, but it's good to disagree, but as long as you're doing it in equal terms, not expecting someone to be like, oh, you're right, but to kind of rebut, and B, to do that in an informed way. Like, I like people disagreeing with me. A lot of people, when we talk, people are afraid to. So I could be like, oh, I love that movie. And they're like, oh, yeah, me too. It was all right. They're like, no, if you don't like it, just tell me. That's cool. I don't care.
I want to know why. I want to hear your perspective about something.
Yeah, that makes things more interesting. If we were all the same, then it would be boring. I like that. Me too. Great. And then you move on in life. Like, that's not interesting.
And I don't know. And then anyway, getting back wraps up, I just think it's the fact that, and it's not the phone. It's not saying, oh, this technology is killing America. It's what's driving like the entire world. But some people are losing their mind. They're losing themselves within the technology. You know.
Right. Well, where do you? I mean, like,
Scott,
obviously,
you've been quiet.
We Google things. We have access to this stuff every day. What do you think is the impact there? Like, what is the value of it?
Interesting,
Scott.
Yes, indubitably.
Indubitably, so.
To be honest, you guys hit on everything I was gonna say. So I kind of come up with something. You guys.
Well, do you use Google a lot?
I mean, we work at the same place.
Yeah.
I Google a bunch of stuff every day.
And how easy or difficult do you find it to get the information you need?
Okay, I feel like. I mean, I know we're not going political, but
just don't get too political. I mean,
a lot of problems with the social media and stuff is political, especially like mainstream news. Or this fake news.
Wait, before you say that, can I just say something? A little study that someone did recently, where someone had made a tweet about like Donald Trump recently, and they were part of Rooster Teeth, and they made a tweet about Donald Trump and how it had gotten everyone has seen it. It got like 400,000 likes.
Whoa.
A lot of likes, and it's like then he got like three followers from it. It's all noise on the internet. It's all noise, and some people can't recognize that. It's just noise.
Yeah, well, it's an echo chamber. Everyone likes to just bounce the same thing off of each other,
and everyone's like,
hear it.
Congrats to this guy for saying it.
Well, there's no sticking power.
Yeah, he got like 11 subscribers, not subscribers, followers on Twitter, I think, officially. After getting 400, if I got 400,000 likes on a tweet, I would expect my followers to go through the roof. Not just like 2 more.
Well, when you see like these things, the news tweets or something, do you immediately like share them? Do you kind of take them at face value, or are you more critical? Like, how do you like kind of see these things?
Well, normally I go through a few different news sources. I stay away from like Fox, CNN, MSNBC. Anything that makes a lot of money probably isn't true. I mean, CNN actually stated that one of their goals is to change people's political views. I don't know if you actually
do that.
They actually publicize that. And that's just kind of wrong because that's basically saying you have a bias to one political party. Whereas I feel like news should be unbiased. Like, I mean, in the olden days.
Right. There's a time and a place for trying to persuade people things. If I'm a chef, I want you to eat the things I make. But if I'm a journalist, I don't want you to just believe what I say.
There used to be like, opinion categories in like the news, or like newspapers might have like, opinion. Right. But now the entire newspaper is a opinion.
Right. And you preface the opinions section by saying it's an opinion.
Yeah.
Now, since every article is essentially one. Like, it's totally different.
So, I mean, you really can't take anything you see at face value, especially any news, because there's always. I know Trump just actually said this. There's like basically 2 sides to like a story almost,
and most likely you're going to only hear one.
Yeah, you're only going to see one, and especially if you only read one. So if you read multiple sources, normally you get the full picture. I mean, I look at like outside sources, like anything British, they're not going to have any political biases because they don't really give a shit about what we do. I mean, we're just kind of, they just don't want war with Korea, I guess, but make the grass grow.
I guess. There's something that you said before that made me think of something completely different. And it was a good topic. I'm trying to go through what you said before I interrupted you before.
About what?
Roll back the tape.
It was about the fake news, and then I think you cut me off.
No, something before that.
Hey guys, this is the TurtleSmack Podcast, episode 3. That far?
You know the topic, or?
I don't know. You said something that just made me think of it, and it was a little bit off topic, too, of what we're talking about, but it kind of still had the same, like, I guess message. I don't know if I'm not trying to get a message
about
across.
The comments?
It was something about something. I don't know. I'm gonna listen to this and I'm gonna.
That's for the next video.
And then you're just gonna splice in your response, just out of context.
It's gonna be like Steven Sutton.
Great point, Scott. What I would say to that is.
But yeah, anything else? Until we figure out what that was. You said something, and I had something to say about it too, and I totally forgot what it was.
I just have some closing thoughts. Leave a comment for everyone to put on it. Bill Cosby, did he do it?
We're not ending. We still only have 40 minutes. That was supposed to be our ending joke. We still got like at least 10 more minutes of podcast.
You said this is over.
No, I said for about this topic. I don't know. I mean, I can.
We want to close the curtains on this act, and then start a new act in our play.
Exactly.
Act 2, the one where I betrayed him.
Yeah.
When will it happen? He doesn't know. I do.
We'll figure out what we're saying. We'll put part 2.
All right, so we'll be back. All right, you know what?
Stand by for
And we're back.
Okay, well, all right. Anyway, let's just move on.
Just a wreck.
We're just we're a mess right now.
I think we should just cut out the past 5 minutes.
No,
we're a meteor heading into the sun.
This is comedy gold right here. Us messing up, not even being able to talk for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, it's kind
of. Then we're talking over each other. And now I beat it the shit out of Tyler.
Wait, what?
Let's talk about Dan's fight.
But no, we don't need to listen. People need to know about that. Well, in due time, we'll talk about.
Dan just got beat up.
Hey, no, please, Scott. Well, please, Scotland.
Like and subscribe for the story.
Scotthew.
We're gonna upload the fake news story.
I really wish I remember what you said, and it was something that you said that reminded me of something that really pisses me off. Did you ever do that? Like if someone
piss you off? I hope not. You'll bludgeon me.
Let's pause it and go back.
No, I don't want to do that. So much editing.
We're documented as saying we're gonna pause it and go
back. And then if we actually do pause and go back, I'm gonna forget which time it was that we paused it.
We'll just watch the past 5 minutes.
No.
All right, let's just move on. To a new topic.
That's the other thing.
How about the weather? It's okay, I guess.
Shut up about the weather. What?
I just flew in and boy are my arms tired.
You know, I fucking love those super like dad jokes.
Oh, they're the best.
You ever see the videos where the people there'll be two people that stare at each other and they have to tell each other dad jokes.
Oh, and see if they laugh
without laughing.
Yeah.
And those are funny videos.
Those are great.
Yeah. Are we done? Are we done with the podcast already?
No.
We're 40 minutes in.
We're only 40. Okay.
What's your average view time?
How do we look at things? Are we only 40 minutes in, or are we just 40 minutes in?
Those have the same meaning. Are we just?
Wait a minute, I meant that's the sound.
That's basically what you. It's basically is glass half empty or half empty? That's basically what you.
I don't know. I drink it all.
All right, let's
pause the video.
All right, we're gonna pause the video.
This is on and go back. Oh, here we are.
Okay,
unpause.
So we can't pause the video.
Hey guys, welcome to Act 2.
We were unable to find the.
We'll even look for it.
We should just quit while we're behind.
Anyway, well, how about this? I don't want to talk about some other things about some games that are coming up. And any games you guys might be looking forward to. This is, I guess, a gaming channel.
Destiny 2. It's gonna fail, but I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, it's gonna succeed.
Is it? I've never played Destiny in my life, and I might buy it. So I don't know if people like me are buying it. I have to think it's not gonna fail.
The beta was really good, and it left you on a great cliffhanger.
Really? I mean, did it?
Oh yeah.
We played the beta, and I don't remember anything. I honestly don't remember anything.
The story, like the end of the story.
Oh.
Where you fall.
Gringold did
yes. Shut up, Tyler.
I don't remember his name.
Well, no, you're looking for Destiny? Have you played the first Destiny?
Yeah.
I haven't, and one of our friends for the Make-A-Wish Foundation had.
Jesus.
I think it's gonna sell like a lot. It's probably gonna sell like tens of millions.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a
over its life. Probably in the first week, probably like 5 to 10 million.
And the way I would look at it is like I might buy this game. That means millions of people might buy this game. Like if because I didn't play the first one, it didn't really care to me.
I also don't play multiplayer stuff that much, and I find it interesting, especially given how Destiny 1 went from being like okay, I didn't find it interesting, but the expansions really improve people's the opinion of it. So I like that we live in a time where a game can get better as it exists and not just be a thing on a shelf statically.
Except Call of Duty. And that shit's going down.
And another thing about games is like I think right now it's a thing. Like Destiny, I think kind of not where it started, but one of the better examples where like it wanted to be the best game that everyone played, and like that's how it was supposed to be successful.
And then they had DLC.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then it's like I feel like games also need to realize like game companies are like you don't need to have everyone playing a game. If you have a big core audience that plays your game, that's all you need. You don't need the entire world playing. Like look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty has lost Call of Duty is no longer played by the entire world. It used to be like around Modern Warfare 2, called Black Ops 1. That's when everyone in the world played it, you know. And now they don't. Not everyone in the world plays it. They want to get back to that point because obviously that makes dollars. But they're absolutely fine the way they are. Like the core audience that does play it.
I disagree. I feel like Call of Duty's gonna crash and burn after this one.
I
think they
really
run out of ideas.
I think.
Well, I mean, there's always that. Well, that comes with the fact they put out a game every year. You know?
I also think they're having a bit of an identity crisis, whether it's just having 3 developers or changing time spans or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think the games still have great like core gameplay. There's never going to be a game that has the same shooting feel as Call of Duty, but it just like there's no path. I liked like the sort of like Black Ops sort of blanket and everything, but now it's just like where's it going? And every year it has a different identity. It almost makes me wish there were 3 different franchises. But of course, having that name Call of Duty is going to make it sell a lot. I also just like a game that if you're going to do things like DLC and stuff, have a path. I remember with Destiny, it felt like you bought it day one. It had the 2 expansions. That was a collection. And then they came out Taken King, and that was a way you could buy the collection. It was the Legendary Edition. And then they released the Rise of Iron, and then that was Destiny the Collection. I'm like, why do I keep buying this bundle? You know, but it's cool. Like obviously, they're great expansions for the player base for the most part. It's just like another sort of like identity crisis. We're like, okay, this is true Destiny. Now it's out. I just like my favorite example of like DLC or like changing games like The Last of Us. Came out 1 expansion pack or whatever you want to call it. It was Left Behind. And it was a prequel to the game, and it really concisely told its story. You know. But for all those, you have your season passes, your map packs, your outfits. Like even Evolve, which obviously flopped, came out with like $150 worth of DLC day one.
Really?
All aesthetic. So
Really?
it's like, why are you trying to sell me on a game I bought? You know, I've already purchased this thing. I've already paid $60 day one.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Euro Truck Simulator, or one of the simulator games, has like thousands of
dollars.
Oh,
they have an egregious amount of DLC.
I get why you do it. If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Is this
But-
like a
All right,
coin
you recycle
term?
that.
No, what?
You
Yeah,
guys didn't see that?
What?
It says a
Coin?
coin term.
Oh, because coins mean.
Hey, how do I open this window?
Oh, Tyler's jumping out my window.
I'm jumping out.
Tyler, their AC's on.
The screen.
But no, I think the first person I heard say that was Shannon Sharp. He said, "If it makes dollars, it makes sense." You know, stop exploring my room now, Tyler.
Okay.
No,
I'm podcasting from here.
Oh, okay. What are we talking about now? We just thought. Okay, so about the DLC. You know, it makes dollars make sense. I get why they do it. If they're gonna make money off it, why wouldn't they do it? Because people like, what are the people that do it? There are little kids and shit that don't give a fuck. Their parents put their credit card on there, and they'll buy as much until they get yelled at for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think 2 games that also did the DLC thing well are ones that say that if we're gonna update it and we're gonna add things to it, that's just in the cost. You already paid for the game. So Titanfall 2 and ARMS are both games that have free additions. You don't buy a DLC. I get that the company's putting extra work, and I would want to support them. There's better ways to do it.
Like, obviously, look at Overwatch.
Right.
Overwatch has a little bit of an asterisk. I think Overwatch is a perfect game.
Oh, yeah.
So addictive that I've already played it for over a year, and I've not gotten disinterested in it. Like, I mean, I've had times where it's like I need a break from this. But if someone texts me, hey, you want to play Overwatch right now? I'm like, absolutely.
You obviously never played in Diamond.
Hey, Scott, I'm not good enough for that, so, you know. I'm in a solid 1,400 right now, so...
Oh, shit, burn, dude.
Yeah, well...
Oh, wait.
Yeah. But it's like, all content is free, all new maps, all new characters, all free. But where they get to is they have those events where you're just like, I need to get every skin. And it's all cosmetic stuff, but it's like, and you know you're buying it, and it's just because you want it, you know.
Right. Well, I know how it is, like Rocket League. That game's only $20, but I want to buy like keys and stuff because I want to or I buy cars because I want to support them. I don't really need that stuff. I get by just fine playing with what I have. It's more of like this is a direct way to help them out. That game's I've played several hundred hours across 3 platforms. They probably deserve more than $20.
You know what a bigger issue is? Subscriptions. Now let's do the
Oh.
math here for World of Warcraft. How much
Oh,
money do you think they make a month?
How much does a subscription cost?
$15 a month.
Is there like a pro subscription or?
So if you
No, that's just the base.
let's
base
just say they
subscription.
have 7 million
I was gonna say
subscribers.
7 million.
They
here.
make $105 million a month.
Mhm.
Yep. That was good math. You know, I need a calculator. But
Plus, you're paying for the game. Well, I guess not so much now. You don't really pay for much except for the newest expansion.
yeah.
But even that's generally $40.
But they have microtransactions kind
Do
of.
they really?
Like you can buy like mounts.
You could
and
level up.
stuff.
You could have
Yeah,
like
you
a 60.
You
I
can
think
boost your
it's like
character.
$60 or something, right?
And they're the only company that does it. And I feel like they don't get shit for it. Like I just realized, it's like, well, how do they?
That and
No one-
Final
'cause they're-
Fantasy 14, I think, are the only two left that really have like a subscription.
I mean,
Oh,
hey,
Eve.
if people love that game, if they're willing to pay it, they're willing to pay it.
EVE Online has a
Even
subscription.
I think they just canceled their subscription.
Really?
That's what I think they sent me an email.
That's weird. I mean, there used to be like stuff like that, like even just like shitty ones like Club Penguin, you could pay for like by month. You know,
Club
that's
Penguin.
that's nowhere near the level of what World of Warcraft is.
I-
But like, there was a time where subscription stuff was a thing. And I think World of Warcraft just only let us survive that because it's probably the best game that.
Oh, it's
had
Blizzard.
that. Yeah,
They can go into any genre and just make it the best one.
exactly.
You know, which is
yeah.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
They make the best, probably competitive first-person shooter at like a just like at a per match level,
Mhm.
or like the best card game or the best like MMO. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I
It's
mean,
like, what if they made an open world RPG? Sorry, like The Witcher. What if they were just like, yeah, let's make a 100-hour RPG? It might be incredible.
If you
Yeah.
look at it, though, I mean, you know, they also kind of. You ever hear of Dota?
Yeah.
So
What Dota?
basically,
What's it stand for?
Warcraft 3 spawned Dota, and then Dota basically spawned, you know, League of Legends and all that stuff. So because of a Blizzard game, you have all these games that are spawning
Right,
from
and
it.
they now have like Heroes of the Storm, which fits
Yeah.
in there, but it doesn't have the same like power. It doesn't have that sticking power as like Dota 2 or League of Legends.
You know, honestly, this goes back to the liking and shit stuff. Like, the game, people that pay for World of Warcraft, they probably play that game every day. They love that game, you know, and they're willing to pay for it. And the game is good quality, so they're willing to pay for it. And then it's like when you go back to Call of Duty, where it's like it's a map pack and stuff. It's like, well, I mean, why isn't this included with the game? You know,
Right.
This like,
Well, it alienates your player base too. There's some people that have the Mac pack and some that don't.
Yeah, and like then it separates playlists and all that. So I guess it comes back down to is like, do you value the content? Like that's in them, I guess. And I guess for, like those YouTube channels say like we all inclusively think like SS Sniper Wolf
Dude.
does not have good content, and like the Call of Duty is not a great game. I mean, it's a good game, but like
YouTube microtransactions.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, it's like if you want to.
But doesn't Twitch have like some sort of microtransaction, like
It's not
subscription thing
forced.
now?
Yeah, it's not forced. Like you can donate to like your more like people. Like if they provide
But can't you like subscribe to them?
yeah, you can subscribe.
$5 a month usually gets you like ad-free content through that channel, and like emotes that you can like interact with chat. And then there's like sub modes for giveaways and chat. Is it worth it? It's just up to you. If you watch that channel all the time, it's like your personal cable subscription to that channel. You know, you can still watch them, but now you don't have ads. Now you don't have this. You get kind of treated better, as kind of shitty as that is.
Yeah.
You know, they always do the silly things, whether it's a guy ringing a gong or shouting or something. It's kind of cool that you're part of that.
Yeah, like people like what was it? I think Ray had a thing where you donated $69.69, like this weird like thing.
Oh, I love those. These are so
like,
funny.
That's how someone just got
Spooky Scary Skeletons.
Yeah,
Is that the
it's
one?
like someone just fucking got $70 because you want to see some stupid animation.
Dude, his first stream where he did GTA 5 after leaving Achievement Hunter, I think he made $25,000.
What?
One stream.
That's crazy.
That's a salary, and then you go the next day and make more money. Plus, he maintains, I don't remember the exact number, like several thousand subscriptions a month at $5 each. So let's say he had 5,000 subscriptions, $5 a month, that's 25,000. Unless Twitch takes an amount, plus donations, plus cheering for bits or whatever. It's like, that's nuts.
That's crazy. I'm curious, like, I mean, if I were to donate someone on Twitch, what obligation do I have to actually pay that? Like, does it just I hit donate and it automatically comes out of my bank account?
You actively pay just like you'd buy anything else.
Okay.
When you cheer bits, you buy the bits from Twitch before, and then you have them like as a currency you can allocate, I believe.
Okay.
And then donating is just like a PayPal thing. You just directly donate. Dude, one of my favorite types of videos, just to see people's reactions, but when you see people on Twitch get a crazy donation, like $1,000, and they're just like floored because they don't know. Because I think people on Twitch, I generally don't like some of the personalities because they get stuck in like a, here's what I do when I thank subscribers. Here's what I do when I get a donation. Here's my personality. So they get stuck in that.
It's very
Thanks, man. $5 really helps out, but it kind of feels a little
It's
emptier.
very artificial.
Yeah, and then when you see the 1,000, he's just like it's, you know, he's kind of taken off the facade a little bit.
That's the only thing. It goes right to the YouTube channel. It seems very artificial, the content that you're seeing. It's not genuine. It's not good.
And so many people buy into it.
And then same with that. It's like, we just came full round on this podcast.
Yeah.
But it's very like it's very. I don't even know how. I'm at a loss for words. But it's very telling. Like, you know, like, it's very artificial when you're, and I think people like us kind of see through it, and I think most people do. But then there are those, I guess, dumb people that just kind of like.
There's probably some redeeming stuff somewhere, some joke or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But these people are enduring what that channel has become usually until something pushes them over the edge. I do want to jump back to two game things first. One is the idea of like the ability to improve a game over time, because I think we underestimate now the power of the internet, like how crazy it is that a game can get better. Recently, No Man's Sky just got an update, and it literally like added the whole game, like what it was supposed to be. It added some element of multiplayer. It added trading. It added like quests. It's not perfect still, but this was a game a year ago that should have been in early access, and now it feels like the full release. Or there was an indie game called Slain that had technical issues and got better. We have like Rainbow Six Siege, which launched to a pretty mediocre launch, but over time has only gotten stronger. To people who I talk about, say like it's one of the better multiplayer shooters on the market. It's getting, usually games spoil like milk, right? It usually just like has that player base and drops, with exceptions like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Rust or Ark. But like these games can persist when people give them the credit. So it kind of ties into the DLC thing. It's not just supporting your game by adding content for people to buy. It's like, let's make this thing better. You told me that the animations were weird. Well, we fixed them. Like, that's crazy. You know, if you bought a game in, like, the 90s, it was just it. It had shitty controls or whatever. It just had shitty controls. Now we can perfect things to our ability.
That's cool. And I go back to No Man's Sky. It's like, they literally, I mean, it sucks for them because if they released the game as it is now, when it actually came out, they would have gotten better reception, you know. Now so many people that have bought it have just given up on it. But, and it sucks, but that's true, though. The fact they can make the game better is really cool.
And I was talking to someone earlier who had a really interesting point. They said, we unfortunately had to buy No Man's Sky at full price for less content, whereas now we could buy it for half price with all the content. You know, we're at a point, normally the early access should be cheaper because you're aiding them in like beta testing. We basically full price beta tested No Man's Sky to get it to a point where it's finally like workable. But, you know, obviously we kind of started this at what games we're excited for. And Destiny 2 kind of, you know, is cool despite some of the fears of multiplayer and content and just like whatever. It's obviously going to sell well. I think one that will not have that problem is Super Mario Odyssey. I can't see that game like failing. I don't know about you guys, but it just seems set for success.
Is that your death prediction?
No, that's going to raise video games. I mean, video games are obviously doing fine, but I think people have gripes all the time. I think that's going to bring back some like genuine, just innocent fun. You know, people going to work or wherever and talk about the silly secrets they found. I threw my stupid hat at this thing and I controlled it. You know, I think that game's just like primed for like
bringing back joy. That's kind of what Zelda did too. Like when Zelda came out and people like, this game is good. Everyone, like, the world was a better place that month.
Oh yeah, and think about what we talked about. Like, you know, we were talking about like our paths through the world, which divine beasts we did, the shrines we did or didn't find.
Although for some reason everyone we work with all did the elephant first.
I did the elephant first too, yeah. But then I was like, okay, did you go to the bird? Did you go to like the camel, the lizard? I mean, I did the lizard last, but you know that's different. A lot of people didn't do those same things.
That was a pretty cool game. And nothing like to bring up is like No Man's Sky. That was like some dude that developed that game with like a couple other people.
It was I think it started like 4 and maybe expanded something, but Sean Murray was like talking.
Like, and another thing is just maturity of a company. Like, look at Rockstar. Rockstar will not. They don't give a shit. They'll put a game out randomly on the store like 8:03 at night on a February.
They also don't go to E3.
Yeah, they are so confident in their product. They are more concerned with putting out the best game when it's ready. And that's some of the maturity when companies like, we need to work with us. We need to give in to the fans. Like, oh, here's the game now. It's not ready, but here you go. And that's kind of what No Man's Sky did in a way. You know, I mean, it announced itself, and I'm pretty sure when they announced it, and they gave people looking at it, like, oh, this crazy game for this to come out. And they're a little bit ambitious about when they could be finished with it. And I feel like they were kind of afraid to delay it in a way. But like, you look at like Rockstar delayed Red Dead Redemption, and they said fuck you to everyone. Like, we don't care. We're putting out our game. We don't need to give you our game. You'll buy our game no matter what.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, people know what they want, and like obviously Rockstar makes an unparalleled open world, and even if their game has controversy, like with GTA 5 and shark cards and all that stupid bullshit, that game is a 10 out of 10.
That game made more money than God.
It's still $60.
Yeah,
and
that's the other thing. It's like another thing is like, look at like any game. What game that came out 4 years ago at this point still costs $60? No game other than
Nintendo games. That's it. But the Nintendo games barely go on sale. It's just that. But every game has that depreciation.
Not GTA. That game still costs $60 right now, and it came out 4 years ago.
Yeah, I will admit it goes on sale though.
It does go on sale.
I wouldn't. If you told me, would you mind spending $60 on GTA? No, because I'm gonna get hundreds of hours of content. I'll play the story. You'll play online.
Even our YouTube
always
channel
do
uses
shit.
GTA a lot. We've gotten so much views out of it. Your money out of it.
Yeah, we've made so much.
We actually haven't made a cent yet on YouTube.
But yeah. Well, Destiny 2 and Super Mario seem great. What game are you excited for?
The only real game I'm Assassin's Creed looks cool, but I never really get into those games.
Okay.
Do you
think this one's gonna have a bit better potential to get you into it? Do you think it looks like interesting enough?
Possibly. I mean, I might get it. I don't think I'll get it at launch. So for one thing is, I have like a million games I need to play right now. I still even haven't beat Zelda.
This one's not even open.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Syndicate right there on my desk isn't even open yet. I bought that almost a year ago.
See Horizon over there? You need to play that.
Yes, I need to play that.
That was great.
There's another unopened game there, Ratchet and
and
Clank. But I think the one game that that I'm just looking forward to the most first was Red Dead Redemption 2 and Far Cry 5. And they both, when does Red Dead
2018, both of those.
And it's early 2018, right?
It's like spring, and Far Cry is like end of February.
God. The only two games right now that I'm looking forward to come out at the same
I'm
time.
looking forward to the new Battlefront.
I guess,
Ooh,
yeah.
That does look cool, and that has a story mode.
Yeah. Which is kind of something that they omitted from the last one.
Well, story mode, I mean, you're on the bad side, which I think is a good side. But
Well, that's how it was in the first. That's what happened was, I remember in the Star Wars Battlefront 2, the OG Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
You started off as a clone trooper, and you made your way through a transition of episode 3 to 4 that you became a clone trooper and working for Darth Vader, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. There's some good times back then, but all good times must end.
I remember the first mission you were Ki-Adi-Mundi, but you don't know what that is. Dude, the big head.
Oh, the tall one?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a little ponytail top.
Yeah.
That was Ki-Adi-Mundi. I remember that name.
Sorry.
All right. Well.
Sorry. Just too much ice cream.
That's Sonic City.
The Sonic's not sitting well. One thing I definitely spread myself thin with games. I really do like a lot of them, and I want to play everything, although time's limited. One that's on my radar, like really seriously, is Cuphead. That little platformer. Dude, that looks so cool. Have you seen it?
What is Cuphead?
It's basically like this co-op platformer shooter game. You fight a bunch of bosses, but it's in like this 1930s cartoon style, like a Betty Boop or like Felix the Cat or something. And it looks amazing. Like the art style's incredible, the animation's awesome, and it looks fun.
Right.
Fully co-op. I think the whole idea is you're Cuphead and like Mug Boy or something, and you made a deal with the devil and you lost, so you replace your heads with like cups, and then you have to go like back and defeat the devil. It's just this old timey sort of thing. Like it feels like a little shtick from a cartoon. Is what back when like Bugs Bunny and like other like Looney Tunes kind of cartoons didn't have the filter. And they're like, it's just cool. Like dealing with like Satan. I don't know. It's just
that does sound like cool.
That and the gameplay looks like awesome.
Is it a 3D platformer or just...
No, just 2D on a plane. There are some levels, so they used to be just bosses, and they redesigned it to have levels in it. But like this is what independent studios can do. Whether it's like Undertale or even technically No Man's Sky, although it had Sony backing, to Cuphead. There's some other great games that either came out or are slated to come out this year. Like they're really the backbone of kind of like bridging together AAA releases. And one game I think that came out recently that kind of met those two things in the middle is Hellblade. It's from Ninja Theory, who made like the newest Devil May Cry game, and their philosophy was we're gonna make a game of AAA quality but with an indie budget. So they made an 8-hour sort of game that was only $30 digital. So they kind of committed to like the independent thing, but it looks incredible. Like it looks like the same graphics engine as like a Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, really?
But they didn't even like. I believe the person who did the motion capture for the main character works on the game, so they're not like a dedicated actor. So they like really like cut corners in a good way, and it's just cool. So like we live in a time that not only do we have these amazing like Destiny $500 million budget game, and these games like
really $500 million.
Yeah, well, that was also part of its advertising budget, but they made that money in like a day.
Oh, okay.
Right, because you have to sell 8 million copies or something, or maybe 10 to make the money up. So,
I guess, yeah.
Or games like Undertale is made by one guy and are treated like classics of our genre, and then things in between. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited for a lot of stuff this year. I think Mario Odyssey though is gonna be icing on the cake. Nintendo back to form with a 3D sandbox platformer like Sunshine.
Also, I am looking forward to Super Mario Odyssey, I guess too.
Oh, dude.
Another game.
That I watch that trailer like every day with like that song. It's just so jolly.
I've never seen it.
Oh, we have to watch it after this. We have to watch a trailer for that and Cuphead.
Do you have a Switch?
No.
Or buy a Switch?
Go buy one from Yehuda. He's only charging $350.
Yeah, Yehuda's got the hookup, dude.
You want to buy me one for my birthday?
When's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I knew that. I'm kidding.
I've got some coins. Dan, what do you got on you?
My wallet's in my car. I'm sorry. Looks like it's all on you. And I have my card, but yeah, this means.
I'll just get you a game. I'll get the Switch later. What's the cheapest game?
We'll get you. What's it called?
We'll just get you a
Cave Story.
Yeah, we'll get you eShop credit.
All right.
Anyway, I think is that it?
I don't know, yeah. Games are exciting.
Mm-hmm.
People are not, but the internet is a cool place.
Sweet. I'd like to apologize again for the 5 minutes of stagnating, not knowing what to talk about.
No, that's okay. We just midlife crisis, midcast crisis.
But yeah, Scott, any closing words?
No.
All right then, Scott. Fuck you.
All right. If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Is that a coined term?